And we're live.
Yeah. What's good, people? It's your boy Icarus Gray.
And it's your homeboy Wordplay TJ.
And this is the No Rhyme or Reason podcast, where we talk about everything.
Everything for no reason at all. And we're live.
Yeah. What's good, people? It's your boy Icarus Gray.
And it's your boy Take a Sip TJ.
And this is the No Rhyme or Reason podcast, where we talk about everything.
Everything for no reason at all.
We back.
Yeah. Thank you for everybody that is returning to listen to our voices or see us on YouTube. We appreciate it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that good YouTube stuff for the algorithm, and we'll continue to show you this. If you are only listening, be sure to check us out on YouTube. We put up clips, not the full episode, just so if you want to hear the full episode in its entirety, it's better to just go listen to it.
Yeah.
So thank you for listening. If you already are, be sure to rate us on whatever podcast app that you use. Also, be sure to make sure that you subscribe to our Patreon, where we have all different types of exclusives available for every different tier. Bottom tier, underdog tryouts just start at $1, and you get some early releases, including our overtime part of our episode that we release every month. On top of that, we would like for you to send us your ideas for unwanted advice. If you got a comment about something that we said on the show, send us an email about it. And also send us your problems so we can give you some unwanted advice. We'll give you a little preview of that today. The email is nrorpodcast@gmail.com. And make sure that you do our audience survey. We are going to put the link in the description of the audio, so you can take the audience survey, tell us more about yourself and your listening habits around the podcast. As we learn that information, we can make adjustments that fine-tune the show to you, not to our taste specifically. So if you like what you hear, make sure that you give us that information in the survey. So let's begin. A little late on the trigger, but okay.
Man, no, I was right on the trigger. I just didn't have the volume up, which is a continual thing with me because I have so many different things I use this recording stuff for. So I'm always like bringing the volume down so you don't like hear a phone notification or something or whatever. But Gamer Bros today, so I did a whole video on the Nintendo Direct, and in doing that,
where should they go watch that?
At Gray Area Anime, which I don't remember whether or not we did the youtube.com/Icarus Gray thing yet, but
we'll work on it. Yeah. Maybe today. So let's we'll work on
do
it.
That. Go to my page.
Yeah.
I did all that, but there was something that was glaringly missing from that video, and I told Nintendo.
Was it Tita's?
What?
Never mind.
Whoa.
You said there was something missing. I was just trying to figure out what that was.
You could add that. Listen, man. You know what? I
just wanted to distract you for a second.
Don't distract me from putting the hands on Nintendo.
Whoa. Wait a minute. I'm a little confused about that. Look at me. Yeah.
We gonna square up.
Yeah, I don't know if the camera's looking at you though.
I don't know.
I'm a little busy over here.
I don't know. I was looking.
Well, it kind of is, yeah. So.
It's all. I was looking. Look at me. Tell us about Breath of the Wild 2 and give me a release date before we got a fight.
Yeah, so where the hell is it?
Like what? Where is it? Like I get that they probably want to wait for E3, and maybe they want to wait until like
What's
right
good,
before the
people?
summer.
It's your boy Icarus.
Oh, shut
Gray,
up.
and
Oh wow, look at me! I'm over here making noise.
I tried to do some stuff in the background. It's a bad idea.
Ezra over here working. But where is it? Like
Oh,
I need this game to be here. I mean, I'm excited about all the different things that are coming. Like you bloody are telling us about a Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and that game is massive. Like TJ, like I was telling you about the 40 hours that are baseline available in the Pokemon game, right? Mm-hmm. The Xenoblade games are like 80 to 100 hours or more. Like, and that's just, it's truly open world. If you see it, you can go to it. So I'm not understanding where Zelda is because the game looks so dope. From what I've seen, it looks like there's going to be a really cool aesthetic. I feel like Ganon is going to be back proper, or Ganondorf, because Ganon was in Breath of the Wild, but I think Ganondorf is going to be back. I need this game. And, you know, I still have yet to actually even play and or finish the first Breath of the Wild. Yeah, but I really want this game. And I was very mad that it was not available or out. You know, so where is it?
yeah. I think that's a great question.
Listen, the back
Their anniversary was last year. I was just trying to make sure that it wasn't like an anniversary type of thing that they were waiting on.
No, and they didn't do much.
Yeah.
They literally released the little mini Nintendo that like has I think like 2 or 3 of the old games on it. It's like a little small Game and Watch kind of thing.
But I mean, think about your 35th birthday, right? Like,
No.
is much gonna happen?
We're not doing it. Because, see, it's different.
No, it's not different.
Here's why. Kirby's 30th anniversary.
It's not a milestone.
Kirby's 30th anniversary is this year.
40 is a milestone. 30 is a milestone, but not
35.
35.
35 is. Here's why.
Come on, don't turn this into a Seinfeld episode.
It's not, but listen. Check me out. Here's why.
This is definitely a Larry David.
So as we
premise.
get older, the birthdays that we have, you know, like you're saying, there's no more milestones. I understand. Mm-hmm. Gaming wise, if you're doing every 5 years, at this clip for a lot of games, you're always entering a new gaming generation. So technically, Zelda does not have it doesn't have a new showing for the Switch because Breath of the Wild is a Wii U title.
Okay.
It just got ported. The remake of Link to the Past, or not Link to the Past, but Link's Awakening is a remake.
But I mean, Breath of the Wild, even though it was ported, like you can probably argue on the Wii U, it just wasn't that impactful.
Nothing was really impactful on the Wii U, except for Splatoon 2 and probably Mario Kart, I guess, but it's way bigger on the Switch.
Splo what?
Their version of Call of Duty, but more fun.
I don't know about that.
I promise you, it is. I love that game.
Oh,
I need to play more of it. But that's my thing in gaming. When especially like pivotal games, like if you're talking Zelda, if you're talking Sonic, if you're talking Mario, if you're talking Kirby, if you're talking Crash Bandicoot, Halo, all of these different games, Skyrim, you know, those kind of things. Every 5 years, you can celebrate something. You can like make a new game, because you're always introduced with new hardware. If you're waiting on something different, cool. But Nintendo this year, especially like with the Switch, I feel like they have been playing really safe.
Why not?
I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Why not? I mean, they have a lot of assets.
True.
Their assets aren't maximized at the moment.
True.
I don't think so, because you have the whole, the legacy system that you can access, but it
True.
only has a small sprinkling of their previous assets, and so
True. I mean,
I just think the floodgates aren't open. They could be, because if you put like Donkey Kong 64 on the emulator, I would be more apt to get a subscription or something to that tune. That game was fun.
yeah, it was glitches and all, but all games have glitches.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that right now, especially with what they did with the direct, they're zoning in on the fact that they know how much prime real estate they have. They know that they're leading in sales by a long shot over to next generation systems.
Yeah.
Mario Kart 8 is going to literally be probably the highest selling game of all time at some point.
I'm not happy about that.
Is there a reason you're not happy about that?
Because I don't care.
I don't know. So they're sticking their guns with that. They're like, we're not making another Mario Kart for a very long time, until probably the next system, because they're giving us 48 new tracks, and there's no point in making a new game if you're about to invest that much time into it.
Yeah.
But they've done that with the same way. I don't think we're getting another Smash Brothers game for sure.
No, not anytime soon.
Like,
What are they going to do differently?
there's nothing you can do. It's not like Mortal Kombat where you're progressing some story. And the creator of Smash Brothers is the same creator of Bless You, is the same creator of Kirby. And he's obviously going to want to work on other things. This was kind of like his playpen, so to speak. So I think that with that, there's a lot of IPs, especially for them, that they need to work on. We need to see what Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 is looking like. Seriously. Like that's my big calling card. But the things that were glaringly missing from the direct is Zelda.
Maybe they want to give it its own space. Sort of like Pokemon, right?
Pokemon is different.
But I think Zelda now has the most recent Pokemon is emulated off of Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
And because Zelda is shining in such a way right now, giving it its own space is probably best, not to muddy it up with 15 other different releases. It just doesn't make any sense marketing wise, right? So in order to give it its most sales potential, right, you just want to isolate those sales, and you want to shoot it with a bullet versus what is it, a pellet? You know what I mean?
But you want to be strategic.
Shotgun versus a rifle, right? So.
And I understand that, but I think like Pokemon specifically, the Game Freak company doesn't really let Nintendo do a whole lot of their bigger releases because they handle that themselves. There's like a Pokemon Day, they're kind of like they stand amongst themselves. Zelda, while one of the top selling games on the Switch, doesn't have the same cachet because there's not like a all of these Zelda offshoots, right? Mm-hmm. Especially not now that there's no portable system. There were a bit more in that sense because you would get like the Four Swords or those kind of games. So the thing with them is like you're right. They should pay attention to that and try and lean more into giving it its own light. But I think they're just waiting more so for prime time because they've never just been like, we're going to talk about just this. That could be something that they could push to that I think I would appreciate.
It's a big release though.
Oh no, it's a huge release. It's just in their
That's what she
importance. I forgot to add it. You wait till next week, guys. But I think that overall, it's a big release, but it's just not as big as their other IPs.
That's what he said. All right. Moving on. We got some
Are you ready?
some smooth tunes.
Hold on, guys. This is for you.
This is for you. You know what it is.
You know what it is.
It's time for some love advice.
Some love advice.
Featuring. This music's way too loud. I got it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's that time of year where
Time of year.
where we spend some time loving or being loveless.
Being loveless.
And we're here to give you some really dumb love advice.
Oh, it's not dumb.
You sure?
Nope.
All right.
Not sure at all.
Where are we starting? Where are we starting with this?
Here's where we're starting, guys. Here's what I got for you. Here's my advice. Go to your local Dollar Tree.
Man, what is this voice?
This is my sexy voice.
There's no need to be sexy right now.
Oh,
We're in a room together.
no. Close proximity. So what you're going to do, you're going to go to your Dollar Tree. Or you're just going to go to the noodle section. Get you a pack of chicken ramen noodles. Step 1. Step 2, get some ragu spaghetti sauce.
This is sounding more and more gross.
Step 3.
Time goes on.
Step 3, get some bacon bits.
I'm not sure you know what romance is.
I do.
What? Keep going.
Step 4, get your favorite bottle of bubbly soda. Go home. Put these things together. Cook the noodles chicken flavor.
This gag is starting to like wear off.
Just a little bit.
It's a law diminishing joke. If I had a chart right now, I'd put it up on the screen.
Basically,
you can see it exponentially just going down the drain.
basically what I was getting to is, unwanted love advice. Like make a cheap date, make a cheap dinner, like make the cheapest, most exquisite dinner you could possibly make.
That's what that was?
That's what that was. I mean, I was basically being like, "Hey, you ain't got a whole lot of money, bro. Go get you some packs of noodles."
I thought you'd just been watching too many food fetish things, you know what I mean?
Whoa. I mean, I guess Food Network could be considered a fetish. I watch a lot of Food Network. A lot of Food Network.
Yeah, but you don't necessarily bring that into the bedroom. You have to think about that. Why? Why did you have to
I mean,
think about
sometimes you're surprised with like, BAM!
that? Here's some pasta sauce.
The special ingredient.
Yeah.
Iron Chef.
Bring out those plastic sheet covers. It's time to get nasty.
The plastic sheet covers? That makes me think serial killer.
like like uh like Dexter.
Yes, exactly like Dexter. I have not seen the new season. But anyway. But yeah, my love advice.
That's your love advice.
My actual love advice
Do
is
a cheap date.
do the, but like if you have to be cheap, just to maybe bring it to like some real advice. If you don't have a lot of money, it is what it is. It is what you put together. Like it doesn't cost a lot to cook a a nice dinner. I mean, I know a lot of times we be joking about women and that can only make shrimp Alfredo, but sometimes you just got to make the best dang shrimp Alfredo you've ever made in your life.
I think it's more about the vibe, right?
Yeah, like
Just
set a
just
nice
create
vibe.
the vibe, and I'm sure that a lot of women would co-sign that thought process.
Yeah, I mean, you just take what you have, take what you know that you can do a better version of it. So if you're always cooking spaghetti or whatever your dish is, I'm just using spaghetti because I know it's an easy one for most people. Spice it up, like maybe instead of getting the 80-20, get that 73-27. You know, lean to fat ground, lean to fat ground beef.
I was like, what? What is this ratio? What are we talking about? Math? Oh my gosh, charts? No.
Or an offshoot of this advice is basically, so find the thing that your significant other like loves the most. Like so, for me, it would be game and stuff, right? Have a game night. Have a game night. Like if you're not a girl or a guy who likes to play whatever, play with them. I mean, whoa,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
but
definitely a Valentine's Day vibe.
yeah,
Just play with them.
yeah.
Good luck with that, bruh.
I mean, I know y'all been missing that.
So I
But,
have some
yeah.
questions.
Oh,
I have
go
some
ahead.
questions
Let's do this. Let's do this.
specifically for you, right? So
Let's do this.
all right. So when it comes to romance,
Yeah.
when and where did you learn how to romance, and when did you get it right?
Oh God. And this is not to like brag or anything, but I've always been good at it. So maybe junior high. So as soon as testosterone hit,
Yeah. So as soon as that hit, you were just kind of
like that is how testosterone or puberty hit
okay.
in terms of my brain.
Let's unpack that a bit.
So basically, what I mean by that is I've always been a giver type of person. So observing what it is that's going on with somebody across from me. So if you're getting a gift from me, it's going to be something that's based off what it is that you like. And so like with romance and stuff, like I was always, flowers, opening the door for you. I mean, that's a lot of how my mom, raised me and made sure I had to be. But
Chivalry.
and I've always been poetic. So I've never had to like figure out the words to say to somebody because you're beautiful or you're like this. Like literally, I was that dude. So I mean, I'm not like a Casanova, but in terms of being romantic and having the thought of it, I know why you're laughing.
Casanova.
Bruh, I don't know. Shout out to my guy Crucial and Green. But that used to make his little sister like laugh for whatever reason. No idea why it made her laugh when she was small, but we used to just say it so she would start laughing. That name did not last long with him. But so it was always something that was in me, and it just kind of grew as in learning like different opportunities and stuff. Like, but I've always been I wanted to cook. I've loved cooking. I've loved setting the atmosphere to be really nice. I was given like massages in junior high. Like I was wild, man. That's all
So,
I'd say.
long story short, you're
I was wild.
a ladies' man.
No, I'm romantic. I'm not a ladies' man. I'm just romantic. There's a big difference.
Man, what's the difference?
The difference is a ladies' man was actually able to get the ladies.
Okay, so
Like
what,
you would be more of a ladies' man.
what kept you from getting
confidence wise?
deny?
Deny?
It keeps you from what keeps you from getting the ladies?
What kept me from?
Yeah.
Because I got the lady. Hey, baby.
Come on now, stop trying to score brownie points.
I love brownies.
Like you already got the brownies.
I love brownies. Hot brownies. Confidence back then. Like it was just confidence. I mean, like
Elaborate. This is a podcast.
So the elaboration is the initial, "Hey, how are you doing?
And then
I'm
I
Joe."
played the Jeopardy sound, so that just kind of.
The "Hey, how are you doing?
Right.
I'm Joe," and I actually forgot that I loaded that up to mess with you.
Nice.
But the "Hey, how you doing? My name is this. What's your name?" The initial rejection of "Would you like to go out on a date?" That kind of confidence. I never had that. Now, if I was I was always confident in an instance of, so say I saw you talking to somebody who was extremely attractive. Yo, TJ, what up? Oh, what's good, my boy? Oh, who is you? Oh, how are you doing? Like I was smooth operator. If you knew the person,
Because it's almost like they're already in the net, so to speak.
because all I need at that point, like I was a good co-signer confidence. I had co-signer confidence.
So you're like a wingman.
No.
Okay.
More so like what I mean by co-signer confidence is if I have an in,
Earrings are bothering me.
like I'm almost like a spy. So if you had an in, that means I have an in because now you can co-sign the fact that I'm a good guy. Because I know I'm different. I know like if you're cool with him, you're gonna love me.
Oh, I see what you mean.
And majority of the time, it worked. It is literally why I have my wife today. If I was not friends with her cousin,
Yeah.
we would not have, been able. Like that was my end. Like I'm basically like some sort of CIA. I'm covert with my, like.
Okay, so
Yeah.
thinking about confidence, lack thereof, right? How'd you get over that? Or did you?
I mean, so here's the thing about meeting my wife. When we met, I promise you it was God. Because I did so many things that were outside of my character. Like a million different things. Like the confidence just overflowed. Like I had never pursued anybody the way I pursued her. And it was like, initially our first meeting, I'm walking up to her first day of school or walking up to our mutual friend. I see her and the words that come out of my mouth, again, this is not me, was damn you fine. Y'all can't be related. That's what I said. And shout out to our homie, but and she still like tells people like when we were working together,
That's
she would
hilarious.
like tell people that story, and she always finds the way to take a shot at me and or my weight at that point because that's our relationship. But I would have never said that. And then after that, like we just started spending time. So I would like always walk her to the buses or whoever was taking her home at the end of the day. And we would like hug. And there was like, it was just strange. Like I have no idea what was going on with me because I'm past puberty. So it's not like testosterone is like going into overdrive or whatever the case. It's already, it's standard or whatever it is. Now, granted, we do have higher testosterone when you're younger, blah, 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 blah. But I can't really explain it. Like, I just started to chase after her. And then after that, I just went back to my the ways that I knew, which was if you knew somebody that knew somebody, you know, then I can get in that way. And I was also Kendrick calls me chat room poppy instead of champagne poppy like Drake, because I was a chat room king, but that was because, again, I'm not in front of you. It's way easier to be my natural self because I get to use words.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I never get catfish.
So now back to, I guess, thinking about it, right? So what's your perception of me in that way? Maybe like, what question do you have for me?
Why have you always been confident? Because you have been. Your actions are very confident. Here, let me set up the story. So speaking of that cousin that I'm talking about,
are you about to reveal?
Well, not real, but speaking of her, we in our younger years, none of these dating scenarios count. But
okay, just
your confidence in that, that is the only beef the initial beef we've had was in behind probably puberty, but was in behind that.
Okay, so yeah,
and you were just swapped. You are.
I don't understand what you mean. So yeah, maybe you're getting to it.
I feel that you're an assassin.
An assassin?
An assassin.
Okay, explain that.
So let me see. Let me see. So the confidence aspect of how I view you in terms of girls and stuff, it's you look up and you're just like, what? When did he do that? How? And no one, it's not it's like you come in and you would never notice the way in which you end up in situations. And we talked about this last episode about, you are a serial monogamist.
Yeah, but I mean, I still am missing your point here, right? So
I don't know.
Assassin,
it's just smooth. I could
But what leads you to that perception? Because I think I have this. I put off this energy or this perception that I'm a ladies' man or some type of Casanova, and
I guess it was the type of people that you dated.
That's not the reality.
It's just the people you dated.
Okay.
And the level, for a lot of folks, I'm shooting outside of my range in terms of my marriage. For you, I never thought you ever shot outside of your range. I just think it's just
that's interesting because that's not my point of view, and I'll explain my point of view from.
Okay, but yeah, from my perspective, it was always because I think we've anyway. That's we'll off air that one. But
okay, so the people I've been with,
yeah, the people you've been with, and just the not only the way in which they would be all about you.
Explain that.
Every person, well, majority of the people, it didn't seem like you had to do a whole lot to get support. Because visually,
what does support mean?
So
I'm asking a lot of questions because I don't want to I don't want
the people would share your music, talk about your music, try and come down for a show. You would have folks would drive, fly, all of these different things just to get to you.
Mm-hmm.
And that was impressive, especially given the time frames that these things, college age aspects of your relationships and the it's crazy. Never mind. Anyway, but you know specifically what I'm talking about. But anyway, that was impressive to me because I just didn't have that. I never had situations of so yeah, we both are long distance, and I mean this in terms of long distance of the people that we're talking to.
Mm-hmm.
But like there was just a suave smoothness to the people that you would be around, and the people you had access to, and then the fact that you had sustainable at the time relationships. Like,
Okay.
and I didn't have that, so I am a serial monogamist, but I didn't get the longevity. So I think I was more impressed by the fact that you would get into a relationship and stay in the relationship, and then like the quality as from guy to guy that you would be like you didn't have poor quality relationships. So I
see
think
what
that's
it is.
more so. So that's why like you've always to me been confident in that way.
Okay, so
That make more sense?
yes.
Okay.
So my experience growing up is even in, let's say, elementary school. So my first experience with actually having a girlfriend that I considered being a girlfriend was one summer in like 7th grade. And
I thought you I thought you was gonna reveal in elementary school, and I was like,
no, I didn't have
Huh.
any. Like that's the thing is that in elementary school, I didn't like. I tried, but I didn't feel as if girls were even interested. You see what I'm saying? Because I got talked about
me
the
too.
way I dress, the way I look. Like I mean, nerdy guys get talked about, and that continued up through middle school. And then when I hit puberty, that started to lessen. It didn't go away, but it did lessen. And so around puberty is when I met this first girl. It was momentary, and it was very attraction based, and I've like literally never seen this chick ever again after that. But she was older. I think she was in high school.
Again. so you're proving my point with this story more than anything.
But I didn't do anything. That's the thing. That's the thing. I didn't do anything. I wasn't ready for that type of like I didn't at that moment in time, I had to know that they had interest in me in order for me to go pursue.
But you would get the information and then make the move, right?
Right.
So wow, we are way more similar than I thought. But
Yeah.
but you didn't necessarily need an end though, because that's just more so confirming information. Like I'm the oblivious type. Like she could be there confirming the information, and I'm like, I'm not quite sure this is happening. So
Yeah.
like,
And I still had to. There's still like a little bit of confirmation afterwards, but
Yeah.
that was my first kiss, and yeah, it just was what it was, right? And
Right.
to be at that time
oh,
13 years old and kissing a ninth grader, that was very interesting to me.
as you say that, if I started telling stories about things that have happened to me prior to, like, people would presume differently about me in terms of being a ladies' man. Because, like, you're talking about first kiss, and, like, I'm in my head, I'm like, oh, no, I had that in when I was in elementary school. Like, and I remember, like, like a daycare behind a tree kiss. And it was like, not like a kiss because I didn't know anything about that, but like that.
No, my first tongue in mouth. Yeah, that was it.
Then I tongue in mouth. We'll do a memory lane podcast one day.
But
Wow, but continue. Get more to like
This is-
because
yeah.
you do have to understand like you are an assassin. You continue your origins, your villain origin story.
okay, so even then in middle school, I still got shit shot on, I guess, so to speak.
I like how you were looking for the it is shat.
Yeah, I was like, what's the right
pluralization.
Yeah, what's the right way to put this word? Anyway, and even then, it was tough. And then there was, more middle school relationships after that, and going forward and stuff like that. But that was based off of the fact that like I could sing and like vocalize, and so it's like I could set a vibe over the phone.
Bruh.
And so,
I don't think kids know about that today.
yeah.
Y'all get to text. There was no texting. We had to. Well, there was texting, like if you had, but you had to have
But
internet.
they'll still FaceTime, right? They'll still FaceTime each other, or
Yeah,
they'll
but
call each
like
other on
it's
Snap or
different.
something.
That's still a different level of like, because you've seen the person. We had to call people. A, B. Those people did not have their own phones. Mm-hmm. If you had your own phone, you was rich.
Right. So like it was liable that some parent was
I was just
going
gonna
to
say, and then you had to explain why
middle,
you were calling.
in the middle of my ballad. So
Man, you know how
I
many,
mean,
bruh.
so that existed. I would say I didn't get truly confident until I lost my virginity at 17ish. So, and that confidence came from, oh, I've lost it. I feel like I'm good now. Like it's just like saying that okay, I can actually do this. Before I didn't think I could do that.
You know what I
And
hate?
then there was more confidence that I gathered along the line of, so losing virginity. I got that confidence, and then
Got the upgrade.
like a really horrible breakup. Also gave me confidence as well, because then at that point it's like, oh, so like even though it was more of like I can be nice, but I can only be nice if you deserve it. You see what I'm saying? And that's where I realized that like I was being nice even though that people didn't necessarily deserve it. And that helped me be more discerning of my interactions. And that exudes a bit of confidence. When you know that, when you're confident in who you are, specifically, like you work on yourself to the point to where like, I didn't have the issues that I had in grade school, where it was like me with thick glasses, and I like people were concerned about how I dressed and all that other stuff. Like I didn't have that. Plus, I was a performer at 16, so utilizing that sort of
14, really.
you know how they say like musicians are really good charmers and can get the ladies.
Yeah.
That's basically what that was. Like I was a musician, and so there was some attraction because of that. And I knew how to draw a crowd or entertain a space for a certain amount of time, and so that also helped, right? Because that built a little bit of confidence in me, because I had to be out there. I had to be exposing myself, and so if I was that case, even though I was an introvert,
That's the
Even
other
though-
thing that made me think, like, because we are both introverts, so your shot rate at that point, it's just like you were Steph Curry.
but even more so, like I feel like I'm even more so an introvert than yourself, because I'm totally exhausted by social interactions if it's not on stage. If I'm not on stage, if I'm not, or if it's not like a house party that I asked for, or, you know what I mean, was like looking to put on, then I wasn't into that. Like I would just get exhausted by social interactions.
I think I was just good at creating a bubble, though. because it wasn't so much that I was like better, like, because I think my sister would say that too, that I was way more social than she was. It's just like it doesn't count to me when it's you. You know what I'm saying? And it's us around because you've literally been in my life since elementary school. Same thing like with other people. So like if I seem more confident, it's like the people around me are people that have just been there. You know, so it still follows the same kind of rules. Though I think I didn't give myself enough credit for the fact that I probably had way more opportunities to talk to people than what I understood. Like I just didn't know it.
Yeah.
You know, especially like when, bruh, like listen. So I'll tell the story because it's older, younger me real quick, and then we'll go to our ad break. But like so with the internet stuff, right? Like at one point I was dating 3 people, same time. And the only reason I wanted to do this is rest in peace to my uncle. But like he had a little black book, I wanted a little black book.
That's why.
Like, and so I tried to do this. Now, granted, this is very against my nature because I, since elementary school, have always been under the impression that I wanted to be in a relationship with somebody and grow old with them.
Yeah. I was never interested in juggling because it's a lot of work. And having one significant other is enough.
It's enough.
Like I just really don't have the energy to entertain.
I did not.
Multiple people.
I also didn't have the energy to. I've never had the energy to entertain ratchet energy, like the craziness of making somebody so crazy that they want to like break your windshield and all this other stuff. I wasn't into that. But so I'm dating these 3 people. It's all internet stuff, so it technically doesn't count. But the fact is, like, I was on the phone talking to these people. And like because of who I am, that is real. Because me and one of those people like were actually dating and have, you know, a good friendship, I say, still today. But what stopped me at that point in time was the wife who was denying her love for me at the time, being like, "Nah, I don't think you should do that." And I was like, "Whatever you say, whatever you say, I'm gonna show you how good of a guy I am, because I don't really want to do this anyway, because it is way too much work. It's exhausting."
Interesting. Like, did you ever? This is a sideline question, right? Did you ever take the time to just express to her how you felt?
Million times. This is why I'm saying it was so out of character for me from 9th to 10th to our eventual love story, which I may tell on the podcast at some point. Like,
how explicit were you
in chasing after her?
Yeah,
bruh. So every day, like I said, I'm walking her to the bus or wherever it is she's going. I'm getting hugged before she goes.
Turn your mic down. Just a smidge.
I'm good.
Yeah, a little better. Or my headphones, actually.
Oh, there we go. And then I'll bring us back to the
that'll be fine.
Like I'm walking her wherever she's going. I'm like, there was a time where she needed a book for class, and she's not telling me to get this book. Like she's not that type of person. Where I literally told my mom I needed whatever book, and I had forgotten it to get her the book. I wrote her poetry in the middle of class.
Yeah, but I'm saying those seem like acts of service, but what did you say explicitly saying?
Oh, in the poetry, this was like, be with me.
Oh, okay.
Like every chance I got, majority of the time was telling her like, yo, we should be together. Yo, we should be together.
And why were those things denied, I think? This gets a little deep, but
But I think at that point in time, at least from our conversations, it was the peer pressure of stuff. You know, so like I wasn't
the
like
social, the way it looks socially.
Yeah, like I'm not, you know, like again, I was probably more people's top pick than what I assumed. Mm-hmm. But in the grand scheme of popularity at our high school, I wasn't that. I knew everybody. I was the new everybody guy, but I wasn't the guy I'm coming to for this.
Yeah.
So
But
I think
popularity
it
in
was
high school now we know is really overrated.
way overrated. But the big thing I think that like changed the tides was her own realization of I don't like you have to get to the I don't care what people think phase. Like I like this person.
Yeah.
And what's funny about it is the moment she got there is the moment I was deciding that I was no longer chasing her.
What signs were that she was interested?
So, to long story short, our origin stories. She basically got stood up by one of the popular guys that she was dating at the time. We met at the fair. We hung out, and it was literally like that day as we were hanging out because she was supposed to be on a date with this person who stood her up and then shows up at the fair.
Alone?
No, with his homeboy.
Well, I meant alone, like not with.
Well,
with,
no, not with
with
another
a
girl, because that would have been a whole nother thing. But you never know. Anyway, and it was at that point that she just kind of realized, like, it was just something that kind of clicked. Because when we saw each other, we hugged, and it was one of those, like...
Tinder.
Yeah, like...
Tinder hugs.
It was weird.
That hug was...
It was one of those, like, you know how people talk about time stopping and whatever. So one of them things happened, and then I think she just kind of realized, like, I don't really care what people think. And that was it.
Okay.
From there. But, yeah. Embrace!
Yeah, we're going to read this, and I think we could just skip to our last topic.
No anime plots.
Well, no, let's just do anime plots and be done, I think.
Yeah, we don't need the big overarching topic.
Because this took up a lot of space.
We was talking about love.
Love.
The episode is titled Best Love Advice Ever.
Nice.
Or The Ultimate Love Advice.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
This episode is sponsored by DistroKid. If you're a musician who would love to distribute your music to Spotify, Apple Music, TikTok, and more, upload unlimited music for only $19.99 per year. If this is your first time using DistroKid, get 7% off of your subscription. We use DistroKid to manage all of our artists here, and we split payments between our collaborators. Click the link down in the description to sign up today and save on DistroKid.
We back.
Damn, that was good.
So, are you ready?
No.
You need to be ready.
Okay.
Time to guess. Wordplay TJ can guess these anime plots. Let's do this. Time to guess whether or not Wordplay TJ can guess these anime plots. He gets one image to make it drop. I give him a sound if he gets it right or not. That's how the game works. That's how the game works. Started with a song and ended with this. You know how it goes on this podcast. So let's start the game.
All right.
And see what happens. Let's see what happens, y'all.
Oh, man.
And because I'm not very skilled with, like, you know, fading and stuff, there's probably going to be a abrupt
This is
stop
way too
somewhere.
long.
Probably right about here. Oh, man. Like, yeah, y'all have to listen to this one more week before I make a new
Yo, and
version
literally
of
the
this.
fade is just like, it's so simple.
I know. I know it's probably like there's also like I could even drag it.
Yep.
And I was just like, it was late. I had no way of contacting you to figure it out. But anyway, so this week,
YouTube.
anime plots, I don't be like, I could use YouTube for actual things like that.
Uh-huh.
It's easier when you explain it most times.
Okay.
For me. But so anime plots this week because it's, well, never mind. I'm not gonna say that because that would give you help. But Nodame Cantobile.
Who?
Nodame Cantobile. Or Cantobile.
Is that Spanish?
I mean, I guess. I don't think so. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a
Dame, give me. Don't give me.
it might be
Is
a
no dame. No dame.
yes, probably. Like
What was the last part? No dame.
Cantobile, Cantobile.
No dame. Can't. Oh, okay.
So I think it's more
It's definitely not Spanish, but
no.
sounds Spanish.
So get out of there, run away.
I'm not looking at the plot.
Oh,
I'm
you're
not
cheating.
interested in it. I was just interested in the name.
I think I think it's music based. I think the title, so to speak.
I would. No dame sounds 2 words,
Agreed.
and in Spanish. Don't give me.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
So
It could be no dom.
I'm thinking about you and how you operate when it comes to picking things. So this anime is about romance. There's a lady chick on the left, a duty dude on the right.
Yeah, right.
And his hair is all frizzled. She's happy about it. And he looks annoyed, and his hand is like, or his eyes are kind of like off to the, yeah. He's kind of like, It's that husband vibe when like the wife comes in, she tells you you need to rake something or, or like repair something, and you're just in the middle of Pokemon Legends, and you're just like,
Yeah, right.
you just want to chill. So that's the vibe that I'm picking up here. And let's say Helen and Steve. Well, no,
Yeah, right.
he's not really, he really doesn't look like a Steve. He's more like a Dan. Dan's frustrated that she is planning something that he doesn't really want to go to.
Yeah, right.
And he's annoyed, and that's the basis of this whole entire thing. It's a couple, but it's an odd couple type of situation.
Yeah, right.
Damn.
You are like okay. So the only thing like so of course you would not be able to get the actual plot, but you got the through line.
We need a hand clap.
So
Sound effect.
this is basically a romantic I'm giving you hand claps.
Thank you. Bow.
Bow? Gunshots?
Because I'm bowing.
Gunshots?
Because I'm actually bowing.
So basically it's about
ASMR.
the guy on his name is
whisper.
Shinichi Chiaki is his actual name.
It's not Dan.
It's not Dan.
Fuck.
He is the top student at Momogakure College of Music.
What about his mama?
Anyway, he wants to be a conductor. But the reason it's hard for him to be a conductor is he has a childhood phobia of airplanes and the ocean.
Huh?
So he
Couldn't he
cannot-
just conduct from home?
Yes, but a lot of people like no one is saying the Grand Symphony of Japan. Like it's more like, going to New York or going to Italy or, those type of places.
So he's afraid to travel. So
He's played travel. So of course he meets the girl Nodame, and and you got odd couple so right, but the mix is she is really messy and daft. She's a piano player, but she likes to play by ear. She doesn't like playing by reading the notes.
She's all about the feels.
She's all about the feels, and she's really dirty and messy.
And
He
he's
is
very
not.
logical. I'm assuming.
Yes. And like it's literally the odd couple. There's really good music, and you know me well enough to know that there was no way I was gonna like not do a romance before Monday. So you pretty much got it. You nailed everything. The only thing, like I said, that you would not have been able to get is
Spicy.
that they're a conductor. He also plays piano and violin, but they conduct together, and then like it's like I said, it's an odd couple thing. She's like so airheaded, she can only focus on
Whatever's in the moment.
whatever's in the moment. Like
Whatever
she
flies
is terrible
with the wind.
at clean. Like he literally comes over to her house. There's trash everywhere because she cannot cook for herself. And it's purely odd couple. It's really good. I love it. I think it's a really good anime. You guys should check it out. I will probably do something on it later because it is one of my older favorites series. But this is another thing where it's like you're gonna wait on it because I got to rewatch it, and yeah, that'd be taking time. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. Y'all will get it.
Well, sounds like our episode's over.
It is.
We want to thank everybody for listening, watching this episode of the No Rhyme or Reason podcast. We appreciate every one of you being here. Make sure you like the videos if you're watching on YouTube. Make sure you rate if you're listening on your podcast app, and also share this podcast if you enjoyed what we talked about here, and make sure to send us your comments in rourpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, and you can throw in some love advice or anything in unwanted advice as well. Just send us your stuff. So
Don't send us your stuff.
wait, whoa!
You see?
I see what you
See
did
what
there.
I'm doing there?
I see
Close
what
us-
you did there.
Close us out without the
Without
DPs.
the stuff. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a 1 and a 2 and peace.